When it comes to Black Clover, Zora is a character that isn't really talked about. And this just hurts my soul. Because he's a really good character, and you people just underestimate him. He has lots of depth and character development. And today, I'm going to prove that to you. And if you're a Zora fan, you might just like this video as well. I personally believe that he is definitely one of the better cuts of meat in the bologna bag. Did I really just say that? Well, he's one of the better characters in Black Clover in general. When we all first laid eyes on Zora and saw him in action, immediately, most of us thought that he was an asshole. Especially due to our first impression of the guy and our lack of understanding towards Zora's motivations. This really sticks out, especially when Asta asks Zora what is with his attitude. Yet in the very moment that we first lay eyes on Zora, he makes it very clear what his intentions are. Ugh! Are you even gonna try at all? You're here to get picked for the Royal Knights, right? What, me? I'm here to make fun of you people. Now why would Zora want to make fun of the Magic Knights? Naturally, he would have his own reasons for doing such a thing. And of course, given his character, no one would be able to actually realize why Zora does what he does, because he doesn't open up to people and let others know why he dislikes the Magic Knights, or to be more precise, the Royals. Because the world of Black Clover runs entirely on magic, magic is literally everything. So much so that it determines the worth of its individuals. And with that being said, the more profound your magic is will determine whether or not you can be a Magic Knight. However, magic also determines the value of an individual. And those who are esteemed to be in higher positions than others, aka the valuable people, will just so happen to be the people with the strongest magic and the most money. And because the rich have such strong magical power, they would undoubtedly be the ones with the most control inside of the Magic Knights. And because the rich dominate the Magic Knights, this would create tension between those who are believed to be greater and those that are believed to be lesser. The rich and the poor, so to speak. While Zora and his father would be victims to this same tension. Zora's father just so happens to be a very special case, considering that he was the first peasant to ever be a Magic Knight, which would inevitably mean that Zora's father is the first person to ever break the societal barrier between the rich and the poor. Did I also mention that he likes to pull pranks? Especially on his son. But anyway, it was only possible for Zora's father to become a Magic Knight through incredible hard work, which had also impressed and ultimately made his son proud of him. I fought alongside an amazing guy today. Guys like that succeed in the world. I can't believe I get to protect the country with those amazing people. Man, I just can't get enough of the Magic Knights. I'm going to use all the power I got to protect everything I can protect too. That's what the Magic Knights do. How are you gonna protect anything if you're dead, Dad? They're Dad's companions. Did they come to visit his grave? Zora Ideale, I bet you died with regrets. You hung out on battlefields, acting like a Magic Knight, when you were just a peasant. That's why you got nailed in the back by a comrade. We're nobles! It was insolent of that peasant to act like he was our comrade in the first place. Buzzing around, rescuing civilians who were near death. That scum was an eyesore. Nobody needs shabby knights like you! After overhearing that the royals had unrightfully killed Zora's father just for simply being in a different social class, Everything that had happened began to traumatize Zora. So much so to a point that Zora began to hate the royals. Alright, I'm going up against a royal. I don't plan to get all buddy-buddy fighting with a royal, but for the sake of my goal, there's no way around it, so I guess I'll use you, you little runt, and live his life as a doll. Ta-da! It's the envoy of justice, Super Magic Knight, Zora! What's this thing? A doll. I made it. Super Magic Knight Zora has a bit of a mouth on him, but he's as good as his word. He's a warrior who protects the country behind the scenes. After losing his father as a peasant, Zora would have nothing left, except for the makeshift doll that his father made, which he desperately clung to, only to embody and become the last thing he received from his father, and even adopt his father's jokes. The stage! That's a rainbow stink bug, the rankest bug in the Clover Kingdom. I'm being assaulted by a rainbow-colored smell! Are you actually trying to get along with me? All jokes aside, although Zora may still be playful, he also still has a bad tendency due to his hatred for royals. As we all already know, the royals hate the peasants, and in return, as a peasant, Zora hates royals. Zora would essentially hate Mimosa because she is a royal. And through this practice, Zora would be no different than the royals that hated on his father. The royals hated Zora's father because of his social class. And Zora, although we can't particularly blame him, hates the royals for his own reasons. Unfortunately, he would then begin to hate royals due to their social class. Zora would be no different than the egotistical royals that killed his father, all because they hate each other due to a social class. However, Zora wouldn't only have a similarity with his enemies, but also his companions, and the people closest to him. You're a magic knight in your own right, so that's not a problem, right, Ideale? Long ago, there was a magic knight who was a lot like you. He was a peasant, but he was a model magic knight. Zora is just like his father, and he still has a burning passion for the magic knights and his father's dream. You people aren't magic knights! Now why would Zora have such an insane outburst and say that the magic knights aren't really magic knights? This would all be due to the fact that a majority of magic knights have developed egos and spread corruption throughout the Magic Knight organization, where individuals would take advantage of the very people that they're supposed to protect. And with Magic Knights taking advantage of the people they're supposed to protect, this would go against Zora's father's dream. Yet there is someone who still embodies this same dream. I fought alongside an amazing guy today. Guys like that succeed in the world. I want to work together with the awesome people here to beat other awesome people. I can't believe I get to protect the country with those amazing people. Man, I just can't get enough of the Magic Knights. The first peasant to be a Magic Knight. I'm a peasant, but do you think I could get into the Magic Knights? He flunked the test lots of times before he made it. But every time, he worked so incredibly hard that it dazzled me. Sure you can. I'm a peasant, and I don't even have magic, and I got in. You're gonna have to work your butt off, though. There's no way you can win this. Why don't you give up? If I give up, who's going to protect them? I realized, you see, this isn't just to keep a promise. I'm going to use all the power I got to protect everything I can protect too. That's what the Magic Knights do. I'm gonna become the Wizard King in order to protect everybody. Asta is just like Zora's father. So why would Zora pull pranks on Asta? Just like how his father pulled pranks on him. Long ago, there was a Magic Knight who was a lot like you. He was a peasant, but he was a model Magic Knight. Zora is just like his father, and Asta is also like his father. Zora pranked Asta simply because he saw himself in Asta.